Hello K6ers, I am Leandro Melendez. You are watching KSIX News, bringing you the latest roundup of our hottest news for September 2022. Now let's jump straight into our breaking news segment to talk about the main changes in the latest K6 OSS release version 0.40. Starting at the breaking news, let's go over some breaking changes, as we had quite a bit of those. Some of those changes included removing the ability to provide tags as key-value per map multiple times in the same call, while setting tags to metric.add. Also, we modified the register callback, which now you cannot call twice. That now will lead you to a panic response, so do not try it. Last, we removed the tainted property of the metric type from the JSON output. It always had a false value and had not much point in outputting it, right? Now, let's move on to actual new features in our OSS release. This release's most significant addition is actually an addition to the core. But before we get all excited and throw parties about these long-awaited additions, I have a warning for you. These additions are experimental. Beware. And we made sure to label them in bold letters as such, so you won't be confused. We recommend or almost beg you to play with them and let us know of any feedback that you may have about them. Alright, warnings aside. The additions we have are new modules to the K6 core. Yay! These additions are the modules for Redis, WebSockets, and timers. All those modules were available before as K6 extensions, but from now on, you will be able to have them on the K6 core without having to extend the K6 OSS. To show you how we can extend this time, I will do a quick demo for you to see the difference. Before, you had to extend each one with the xk6 command. With that, you will end up with an extended version of K6, a different version. But now, out of the box, you can just add the import commands as you are seeing here and use the modules inside of your script freely. Isn't that awesome? Here, as you can see, we add the imports and we can run the script with functions for Redis, WebSocket calls, and a timer. Yay! Isn't that awesome? But please remember, this is still experimental. So please take a look at it and share your feedback so our brave developers can make it not so experimental anymore. On another side, for version 0.40, it had many more changes, news, bug fixes, and maintenance tasks. If you want to check a complete list, please go to the release notes on the link below. And please let us know what do you think of them. And that is not all in this news roundup. We also have some new things going on with the weather and with our cloud. So let's go on with our cloud correspondent, Paul Baylog. Hey Paul, what's up with the weather?
Hello, Leandro. We've had some exciting updates in the cloud since we've last reported. Now, first of all, security, it's always a concern, especially in these times of climate challenges. Understanding changes to the weather and what may have caused them is something we're addressing with the new Audit Trail feature. If your role has the applicable permissions, you can access the Audit Trail link, which is in the Manage section. Now, this allows you to view activities that have taken place and by whom. While this is not a preventative measure, this does allow you to investigate actions having taken place, possibly having led to a weather event. Another security-related item is teams. Teams allow for security administrators to group individuals to make role assignments and projects easier. It's a great feature for larger organizations to apply the principle of least privilege security by avoiding the management of the individual user permissions, which often leads to giving too much permissions to individuals, which can become difficult to track. Being a weather professional, we like our maps and graphs. So that's why I'm excited to report that we've updated the analysis panel to allow you to customize your charts, colors, labels, and even plot types. Let's take a quick look. First thing we'll go and do is we'll go to one of our test iterations, and here I'll select this one here, and this is just the standard output. So now if we look at the analysis panel, we'll see that these are the default settings that we'll get out of the box. Now if I come here to the ellipsis and then I do configure, now we'll see that we have this new panel where we can make our modifications. So let's go ahead and make this weather, and we'll say climate for the testing, and then let's go ahead and make VUs. Instead of being VUs, we'll say that that's the atmospheric pressure, and that's in millimeters of mercury. So we'll do that, we'll leave that there. Let's go ahead and change the color. Let's make it this nice blue here. So we'll do that. Let's go ahead and make request rate will be our wind velocity, and let's go ahead and make that red like that. So here we'll say this is wind in miles per hour. I'm in the US, so we'll go ahead and we'll take out the failed request rate. We'll just delete that guy, and then here with the response times, let's see, we'll go ahead and we'll change this, and now your options will vary depending on the metric type. So in this case, we'll go ahead and we'll say the 90th percentile instead. So we'll go ahead and save that in there. Now we have that new update on our panel. And if we end up not liking this, we can always go back and reset to default, and we're back.
Lastly, for those of you using Grafana, our developers continue improvements to the K6 Cloud app for Grafana. We continue to work toward feature parity with our Grafana K6 Cloud user experience within Grafana itself. Now, we could have a special weather report on this alone, but that's all the time that I have. So back to you, Leandro.
Thank you very much, Paul. Wow, fantastic reporting, giving us even a showcase of these features. Isn't it excellent? It's a great add-up to have. You will like more of these demos and show-offs. But moving on with the news, we have many more announcements for you. As an example, in the extensions area, we also had lots of activity from the K6 team. As mentioned earlier, we have changes with Redis, WebSockets, and timers, which are now again merged experimentally on the K6 OSS core. As well, we had some bug fixes for XK6 Kubernetes, and we upgraded the version for the Kube client. Also, we did some work on the K6 Chaos JavaScript library for conducting experiments in Kubernetes. And last, there were also some updates on the XK6 outputs for some modules, InfluxDB, TimescaleDB, Prometheus Remote, all of those for the included Grafana dashboards. And we have also extensions contributions from the community, like some on the XK6 Kafka, IMAP, Ethereum, Gift, SMTP, Temporal, to name a few. There were so many. And closing here, we also had a new release for the Postman to K6 extension from our friends at API Deck, now on version 1.8.4. We want to thank a lot and very much to all of our extension contributors. Thank you, you are awesome. Moving on and getting close to the show's end, we have some more announcements to make. First, Observabilitycon 2022 is officially happening. It will be an in-person event in New York City from November the 1st to the 2nd. You will have the opportunity there to attend workshops or sessions led by the experts and core maintainers of all of the Grafana ecosystem. But beware, seating is limited, so sign up to be notified when the registration opens and also to get a first look at the agenda. Link below as usual. Next, we have launched the K6 Learn Knowledge platform, if you want to call it. On it, you will get access to the evolving content about our tools, best practices, and lots of tips for your performance and load test efforts. You will get great resources to learn and also to teach K6 on our performance testing topics. Please access the link below and leave a feedback and contributions if you like, since this is just starting and there will be lots of tweaks for sure in the future in this new effort. And last, we are hiring. We need you. We have many exciting positions to join our fantastic team of K6 cracks. Go to the link k6.io-jobs to take a look. Please apply or share it with your friends that you think may be interested. And with that, we have reached the end of tonight's report. That will be it for all of us here at KSIX News. I am Leandro Melendez. You stay classy, K6.